All right, we'll go ahead and start the regular session of the May 28th, 2026 St. Mary's County Metropolitan Commission regular meeting to order. Need approval of the agenda. A motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? So moved. Did everybody get a chance to look at the consent agenda?
Meeting minutes.
Oh, I'm sorry, my apology. I do need approval of the meeting minutes for the regular, what did I say, May 28th?
May 28th, you got it.
Sorry, this is the June 25th meeting that we're doing today. My apologies. That's what happens when you go on 3 days of vacation and you come back to this mess.
was your first
So
mistake.
my mind's somewhere else. I do need approval of the meeting minutes from the regular session of May 28th, 2026.
I move to approve the May 28, 2026 regular session meeting minutes as presented.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Any further discussion on it? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? So moved. Now moving on to the consent agenda. Did everybody get a chance to look at that? Any questions or comments? If not, we do need a motion to approve that.
I'll make that motion to approve the consent agenda for today.
And do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda as printed for
We just should note it's May 2026.
May, correct. For May. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? So moved. We will go ahead and move into new business.
Nope, service awards.
I don't show service awards on here.
Oh,
No, no.
oh, no, sorry, I see the line, my fault, my fault.
Nope, you're all good, my friend, all good. First one up is water use billing adjustments. Sean, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Good to see you all.
Howdy, sir.
In your packages today are several requests for billing adjustments, each with the corresponding informational memorandum dated June 15, 2026. Metcom billing staff has determined that each meets the criteria for a qualifying leak per policy FIN 1903. Only the Metcom board has the authority to waive, modify, or expunge usage charges over $500 and to grant exemptions in the policy guidelines. In the first three cases, the cause of the excessive use, which are 166,650 gallons, 210,027, 158,420 gallons, was either due to an internal plumbing issue or broken service line in the crawl space of the home. The property owners immediately contracted with private plumbers and made the necessary repairs. We have three separate motions for the board's consideration that correspond with staff's recommendation to provide water use adjustment to the Commission's March billings in the amounts of $540.47, $739.21, and $538.45 by applying the lower tier rates in the gallons used. If you have any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer.
Was that for the first three?
Yes, sir.
Okay, on here, so we
Yes.
need to do motions for each one separately, correct? Yes. So any,
I'll do a motion if I have the correct one.
first one should be 766.
766, yes. I move that the commission approve option 2 in the amount of $766.37 owed for the March 2026 bill, which represents a total reduction of $570.47.
Motion, do I have a second?
I'll second.
I have a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? The first one's moved. The second one will be the 93511, if somebody would like to make a motion. What do you have for? Are we good?
You're correct. So my information here is showing what the amount is and what it represents, the reduction of. So
It's all good. It's all good.
Was this the same basic type of thing,
Yes, sir.
leak in the crawl space, or was this one different?
It was basically the same thing with the cross space. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Any further questions? Somebody like to make that motion?
I'll do this one. Move that the commission approve option 2 in the amount of $935.11 owed for the March 2026 bill, which represents a total reduction of $739.21. Second.
I have a motion and I got a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? Alan so moved as well. And the third one is 734.35, I believe. Correct?
Yes, sir, that is correct.
That's the amount owed.
Yeah, no, yeah, for the amount owed.
Right,
So,
sir.
yeah, I'm just,
I move that the commission approve option 2 in the amount of $734.35 owed for the March 2026 bill, which represents a total reduction of $538.45.
I'll second it.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? So carried. So tell us about the fourth one.
Thank you, Commissioners. We also have a fourth billing adjustment that is associated with the recent 2025 tax sale / foreclosure property. This is also a corresponding information memorandum in your packages dated June 15, 2026. In short, the homeowner, in good faith, she's paid all of her past due bills in excess of $7,000 and has respectfully requested the approved outstanding penalties and administrative fees totaling $4,325 to be waived. Although the commission does not typically waive these penalties in these circumstances where liens are involved, I personally met with the county treasurer earlier this week to help clarify how this might have happened, and we collectively agreed that the new property owner most likely did not have prior knowledge of the monies owed to the commission, and that it was not revealed during the settlement process. This is a very unique case, and the motion that we have prepared does not set a precedent for any future request to waiver penalties and administrative fees. Unless there are any specific questions, we have a recommendation for your consideration.
So basically, she paid what was owed,
Yes, sir.
but this is the new owner that bought it,
Yes,
paid
sir.
the back fees.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
to me, she really isn't responsible for somebody else's late fees. Anyway, she paid it as quick as she could pay it, as far as I'm concerned, so.
So I certainly don't disagree with that. The only question I have is there some mechanism for the awareness to be out there for when they're actually having the sales?
Yes, sir. Great question. That's one item that I did discuss with the treasurer, to how to prevent this from happening in the future. So what we're continuing to do, what we've been doing is making sure that the information is current on the tax sales list, and we're sending them throughout between September and by the end of the year, making sure that we're in constant contact with them. And also, I let her know in accordance to Chapter 113-7 that it states in there that Netcom does have first name. So for fourth one, she'll definitely be, we'll both all be keeping an eye on.
This was also tied up in circuit court between the person who bid on the property and a lady whose mother's property, the mother was deceased, and I think she was overseas. There's a lot of confusion on everybody's part, but I think the circuit court issue sort of gummed up the works. And what happened is the letter that we sent over on this particular property didn't get on the formal list somehow with our information. The treasurer was handling it through a different process. So we've made sure that she distributes our information regardless of the status of the tax sale as to prospective buyers. It's unique, and I talked to one of our other commissioners, Mr. Amos, earlier. The question was, has this happened before? Only one time in the past 10 years has something similar to this happened. So it's not something that happens very frequently. But I think as long as the treasurer, Kelly, Mrs. Kelly is over there, I think we'll have it straight. It shouldn't happen again.
Yeah, my question more directed towards the system side of it, not this particular topic or whatever, so.
Our side was on top of it.
Very good.
Any other questions, gentlemen? There is a motion.
I'll make a motion, Mr. Chairman. Move that the commission approve option 2, waiving all penalties and administrative fees in a total amount of $4,325.03.
I'll second that.
I have a motion and I have a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? So carried.
Thank you, Commissioner.
I think,
Good job going over there and
Sean, you're the,
getting face to face
Second.
with them.
looks like you're still up for the second one too. Notice of intent of billing service.
Yes, sir. Thank you again, Commissioners. Today, the staff, I'll bring to you, the staff is seeking board approval for the customer billing services contract that we currently have. Invitation to bid, number 26-15-A. This contract is used for the outsourcing of customer utility billings, including printing and mailing, and this is approximately 15,000 to 16,000 mail bills per month. The previous contract for these services, which began in July 2019, they will expire on June 30th, 2026, after renewal by mutual consent of both parties for the 3 optional 2-year periods. So just as a little more information on this, we've been doing some research and we're trying to cut back on as much as we can with these billings. We even going to start a campaign next month where we're reaching out to the customers and may even have a little tag along in there, something to add in their bills, giving them the options of paying online where we don't have to mail out the bills.
Trying to go paperless.
Yes, sir.
Would it be beneficial to, I mean, I don't know if there's a way to, if they went paperless, I know there's a lot of places, if you go paperless, you get some kind of a benefit to going paperless. I mean, would it, is
They're
there-
trying to think of ways to incentivize it. It's hard to
Incentive.
incentivize it with other customers' money. So we heard what the customer said. They were complaining that the way we were accepting auto pay, they had to divulge their banking information and they didn't want to do that. Now we have a system in place where you don't have to. You can auto pay with debit card. We didn't see the customers responding. So what we think is maybe there wasn't enough PR done to let them know we have some other options available. So we're gonna start doing stuff that is in people's bills, because apparently 15,000 to 16,000 people are still not on auto pay. We posted this on our Facebook page before. We've tried to get folks to auto pay. I think we just need to put a little bit more effort into it. I think we can cut this back. That's a lot of money spent on mailing in 2026, 2027, in this era. So hopefully this campaign will reduce that.
it's a lot of money,
It's, when you look at how much a stamp is, 16,000 a month.
Especially
is a lot
with-
of stamps.
everybody having emails and stuff, and you get your bills sent right to your email, and it's
They have to divulge that as
Right.
well.
correct.
And we didn't want to make it a mandate. It should just be, some people are paycheck to paycheck and they come to our window with cash. So we
Yeah.
wanna make it-
Understood. So,
Does it tie in any with kind of our continuing IT developments for the readers and stuff at all?
Not bill paying. They're already a month behind. It'll just be current. It'll just be current and not paying by auto pay. As opposed to 1 month behind. We really need to get them to switch over.
so these bids for per year, is this, what kind of how many year contract do we?
3-year contract.
3-year
Yes,
contract?
sir. Yes, sir. Actually, it's 2-year with the, I think the 3rd year, is option. But the way that it's set up is for 3 years. And then we'll revisit at that time. But we've had about 7 or 8 to bid, and we've been through the best one, which is data is integrated.
They're definitely a lot cheaper than everybody else. How's there such a big difference between Orzo Group?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I always wonder when I see that somebody's so much cheaper than somebody else, and we're talking, talking $80,000, almost $90,000 cheaper. What is the big difference? It's-
Somebody just get their foot in the door.
Yeah, I mean,
It does raise a
But-
red flag, once you
does.
see that. So what we try to do is look at what services have been provided, what's been working, what has not been working, and making sure that we capture all of those things, and also keeping in mind any new innovations that have come out, IT-wise and so forth, that we're capturing those in the new contract, as well as, having them to give us, what they can as far as any other samples that they use and how well versed they are with these new contracts.
I mean, I'm all about going with the least expensive, but it really makes me question, was one group getting over on us, or are we gonna get the service that we need to get by going with the cheapest? It's just, I don't know, kind of scary on both sides of that.
Well, interesting you said that. Chapter 113, which is where NetCom gets its authority, it wasn't until 3 years ago that we added best value language into the law. It was low bidder gets every bid, period.
Right.
That was a big change. So it does allow us to make recommendations to you for the second or third lowest based on our evaluation.
I guess,
Clearly, the 111,000 is not competitive.
well, it's not, but I mean, I see Shine Bright's down there at 70,000 as well, so, I mean, most of them are kind of in the same ballpark, 40, 40 to 50 range, and then we got them at 30. I guess my last question, and anybody else can always ask questions too, of course, but would be, I know we're going into a three-year contract, 2 years with the third year optional. We have provisions in the contract, if we find out 6 months down the line that this is a mistake, that we can go in a different direction. Just making that assumption.
Termination for convenience and termination for non-convenience
Good.
clauses are both in there.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Any other questions, gentlemen? I think there's a motion.
I can make that motion, Mr. Chairman. Customer Billing Services Contract Number 26-15-A. I move that the commission accept and award the Customer Billing Services Contract Number 26-15A to Data Integrators of Fredericksburg, Virginia, at the unit prices submitted in their bid dated April 24, 2026. Further move to authorize and direct staff to sign all documents related to this contract award, including but not limited to all approved amendments.
Have a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Have a second. Any further discussions? All those in favor? Any nays? So carried.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you, Sean. Ed, you're up too, my friend. Good afternoon, Mr. Ed.
Commissioners.
Good show and tell, too.
That's related.
Look at that. Look at that field
Ooh,
trip.
look at that.
Field trip.
So we are here today asking for a budget amendment for the realignment of the 2026 capital equipment project priorities. A little bit of background information and one apology. The first, I'll start off with the apology. The information that we gave you is incorrect. It says where the new meters are 331.25, the new meters are actually 291.50. So it is an error in our favor. We were concerned that when this went to the board that the new pricing would go into effect, so we added the higher pricing. The contractor, the supplier actually reaffirmed the lower pricing. So instead of 150 meters, we were going to be able to get about 171 meters, and that would allow us to continue our AMI project. For those of you who are unfamiliar with the AMI project, we started that a couple of years ago. We slowly started changing the meters to the AMR to AMI. What that allows us to do is that allows us not only to remotely read them, but there's a different battery, radio, et cetera, in there. And we can continuously, or every 10 seconds or so, pick up the flow data. So about a year and a half ago, we installed some gateways in 3 locations. These gateways basically act as central points where these meters can communicate to. And with the installation of those meters, I think we're picking up about 45 to 48% of the meters in Lexington Park, which is really, really good. A lot better than what we had expected. So this will be an ongoing project, but this request here is just a reallocation of some money, so we can go ahead and get those meters purchased and get those installed over the next couple of months. It is kind of To me, it's a little questioning because, I mean, the meters are 291, the registers themselves, I meant to bring another, to show you guys what the meter is, or the actual register is, but the register is just really the top part of the meter that fits on the overall water meter. So it's a much better value to buy the entire meter assembly. So we get a new register, we get a brand new meter with that money. So it's a much more economical purchase, we feel. So,
If I may say so, from my understanding, as Ed was explaining it, what also takes place is the foliage, the time of year. If there are more leaves out there, how are they reading, you know, if it's wintertime versus summertime, fall and so forth. So we ran some numbers just to make sure that we're capturing and what we're capturing, just an estimate. So I just ran the numbers from May to October, October to May. And in May, with some of the older meters that were there that were being replaced out those first initial 250, we captured 296,870 gallons of water that was used or being billed at that time. So that was during the month of October of 2025. So May, I wanted those same individual meters that were in. What are the numbers on those so I can compare it to? And that was 547,837 more gallons, or gallons versus that. So in other words, we've gained an additional in revenues, $1,645.02. So it seems to be working.
But what I am understanding that the gateways themselves, as we anticipated getting a reduction during the summertime due to the trees, in terms of the number that we could read. Forget the number of gallons, but do we know how many units?
Yeah, we did. When we did the propagation study, we anticipated 5,500. We get 5,500 reads from these three. In the fall, last fall, we were reading 8,100, somewhere around 8,160. We said, don't get too excited. Let's wait till the leaves come in.
Right.
Well, that number is 9,500 as of last month.
Okay.
So it did the opposite. So now the question is, why were we only reading? And the answer is because we had a lot of zero read meters that weren't reading at all, that we also replaced within those same areas. We're trying to get these three areas in Wildwood, Great Mills, and Hickory Hills up to speed so we can get all of those customers on auto read. So all of our monies are expended in those three areas. When we get those three areas, I call it solidified, we have our next two areas already planned out. And we should be able to pick up another 3,000 to 4,000 meters. So we're at 57% of all the meters in our system just with three gateways. So this is a really good deal. And the gateways are about $50,000 each with installation, maybe about $60,000 each. So we spend $180,000 to automatically read over 55% of meters. It's pretty good investment.
I know we're diverging a little bit, but what is our next plan for adding another gateway?
We have the next two.
we have the next two sites.
Next two sites already planned. They should pick up another, like, again, 3,000 to 4,000, which if it's as good as this, maybe that'll be 6 or 7.
So the first three sites really were an attempt to pick all the low-hanging fruit. And it is an ongoing project. I mean, even though we installed the gateways about a year ago, the meter techs are going out there constantly and changing these meters out as well, the ones that are not reading. So those are getting picked up now as well. So it will be an ongoing project, and I think we have money funded up through 2030 to continue with this.
2028, we have 167,000, and 2032, the next round. So we've got our next 3 phases.
Any other questions or comments, John? There is a motion, if you're ready for that. Ed, were you done?
Excuse me?
Were you done?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
This is for later.
yeah, I got you.
That's something else. We just want to know what that is.
Sean cut you off, so
You got something we want to see.
so there's a motion. Somebody like to make that motion?
I'll do it. Realignment of the fiscal year 2026 capital equipment project priorities. Move that the commission approve the realignment of fiscal year 2026 capital equipment priorities in the water and wastewater departments. Specifically, reduce the developer cost share agreements by $50,000 and and the AMI register upgrades projected by the 50,000 to allow for the purchase of additional meters as identified and recommended by staff.
Do I have a motion? Do I have a second?
A second.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? So carried.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Sean, thank you,
Next
sir.
up is the award for the potable water tanker service. This contract is used to provide temporary potable water services during emergencies and scheduled outages of the Commission's public water system. The contractor is to provide pressurized potable water to isolated water service areas via tractor trailer during prolonged emergencies such as water main breaks and scheduled outages. Specifications in this contract require the vendor to utilize tankers that are used exclusively for potable water. Funding from this contract comes from various sources. For emergencies, these costs are funded from the water maintenance portion of the operating budget. For scheduled outages, these costs are typically charged against any related capital projects. Historically, the contract has been used less than 10 times per year. This current fiscal year, we have not used this contract at all. Also, there is no cost increase with this new contract proposal. Therefore, staff is recommending an award to the responsive and responsible bidder, Collins Trucking Incorporated of Clements, Maryland. And with that, I will take any questions.
Any questions, gentlemen? Pretty clear cut? There's a motion. Somebody like to make that motion?
I'll do this one. Move that the commission accept and award the potable water tanker service contract number 26-19-F to Collins Trucking Incorporated, Clements, Maryland, for the unit price submitted in their bid dated May 15, 2026. Further, move to authorize and direct staff to sign all documents relating to this contract award, including but not limited to all approved change orders.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, sir. I have a motion. I have a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? So carried.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you.
Next item up is the vehicle maintenance and repair services. Staff is also seeking board approval for the vehicle maintenance and repair services. This contract is used for scheduled maintenance along with any required repairs to the Metcom vehicle fleet, with the exception of the large vehicle trucks such as our box trucks, our sewer cleaning trucks, and some of our off-road equipment. The scope of the work under the service contract is to perform the periodic scheduled maintenance such as changing filters and fluids, brake service, tire replacement, and inspecting various components at manufacturer's recommended regular service intervals. The contract includes emergency and scheduled repairs. However, like I said, the larger trucks and equipment are covered under a different contract. They are actually covered under the mobile mechanic contract. That does allow us to have a mechanic come out on site for that particular contract. The vehicle maintenance and repair services contract has been in place for over 19 years. Cheseldine's Tire and Auto has held this contract for at least the past 12 years. It is anticipated that Metcom will maintain this contract in the future, as it is far more economical for a fleet our size, and we have about 59 as of Tuesday vehicles. So we have 58 vehicles currently. It is certainly more economical to contract this out due to the resources needed to perform them in-house, such as garage space, tools, equipment, and technician certifications. Therefore, staff is recommending a multiple award to two bidders, Cheseldine Tire and Auto LLC and JGC Leonardtown LLC. Both of these companies are owned and operated by the same individual, who happens to be the incumbent for Metcom's current vehicle maintenance and repair contract. There are also a total of 5 bidders for this contract. And with that, I will take any questions.
Anybody got any questions?
So this is preventive maintenance and repairs of things that break too.
It's preventative, it's predictive, it's corrective maintenance. So it's the whole gamut.
How do you put a price on things that you don't know that's not broken yet? Or is this a window contract or what?
It is an hourly rate is what.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And parts are, I believe it's 10% markup is what the contract is.
Okay, that makes sense.
Any other questions? I do have a motion. Somebody like to make that motion?
I'll make a motion, Mr. Chairman.
Sure.
Vehicle maintenance and repair services contract number 26-20-F. Move that the commission accept and award the vehicle maintenance and repair services contract number 26-20-F. Cheseldine Tire and Auto LLC of California, Maryland, and JGC Leonardtown LLC, trading as Cheseldine Tire and Auto Cheseldine of Leonardtown, Maryland, for the unit prices submitted in their bid dated May 13th, 2026. Further move to authorize and direct staff to sign all documents relating to the contract award, including but not limited to all approved change orders.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
I have a motion. I have a second. Any further discussion? So I do have a question just popped up in my mind. So with the fact that you're doing Cheseldine Tire and Auto and JGC, which is Cheseldine Tire and Auto in Leonardtown, as two separate, would it be fair to say that those two bids could have went together as one bid? Would it have been double what we see on here?
It could, but again, I think when he put his bid or submitted his bid, his costs for both facilities were the same. So two separate locations, one single loader, two separate bids.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why. I mean,
But the costs for
Could've-
both bids are exactly.
yeah,
the same.
hypothetically, he could have put it under just Cheseldine Auto, even though he's got two places, and it didn't make a difference whether you went to California or you went to Leonardtown.
And it
Same
does
bid.
make operational sense for us because one's located in Leonardtown, we do have some facilities and.
Oh, yeah, I get that. I just, doesn't make sense billing wise for us as
Right.
well. You know, it's kind of confusing a little bit when it comes to that. But, and then just like I said, makes you ask the question, you know, you see everybody else has got single, which is high, much higher, even if you did add the two together and made it what it is, just curiosity. Any other discussion, question, gentlemen? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? So carried.
Thank you, Commissioners. Next item up is the Charlotte Hall #2 well redevelopment and pump replacement. Recently, it was in April, staff determined that the well needed service based on pump rate observations. After evaluating the pump's performance, performing a camera inspection of the well column and mechanical inspection of the well pump, the contractor recommended that the well pump be replaced and the well be mechanically rehabilitated. What mechanical rehabilitation means is that they basically fill it up with water, they blow some air down there. They can also swab it basically with a giant Q-tip, and it cleans that screen out that's at the base of that valve. It does, in most cases, it does increase the performance and rejuvenates that well. So it allows a longer operational period. A quote totaling $85,910 dated June 11th, 2026 has been reviewed and is in accordance with all pricing terms and conditions of the well pump service and repairs contract valid through February 28th, 2027. The board awarded this contract to AC Schultes Incorporated in March of 2023 with subsequent renewals. Staff is therefore seeking board approval for the rehabilitation of the existing production well that serves the Charlotte Hall public water system. There are 3 wells up there. We average about 45,000 gallons a day up there for that water system. We are allocated 170,000 gallons per day for that system. And it was interesting when I was doing the research for this, the appropriation permit actually dates back to 1966. So that water system has been in place for a while. So with that, I will take any questions.
Where's the physical location of that one? Is that the one there behind the
This
food
location,
line?
this one, there is one beside the farmer's market. That is the one that we are rehabilitating. There's also one behind, or actually north of the medical center that's up there. That's where the tower is. And the third one, I'm kind of drawing a blank, but there are 3 wells up in that area.
Okay.
When was the last time this one had this done?
We have not, I mean, other than minor maintenance, we have not had to pull the motor and do significant repairs on this particular well. And I think this well is from 2004-ish. So we've gotten a little over 20 years on this well.
And they're not digging a well, just
Excuse me?
putting a new motor in and swabbing it with a big Q-tip.
Rebuilding the motor and swabbing the well, basically, they obviously cannot guarantee anything. But what happens over time is there's basically a fine screen on the bottom of that well column. As water is drawn up through the well, fine sand, grit get hung up on that screen. So by blowing it back out, they increase the yield in the water.
Cleaning the screen out, getting better flow. Okay. Understood.
Was this a routine check or had you seen like a significant drop in?
We noticed the well
Capacity.
numbers going down in this particular well. And it is currently offline. We took it offline.
Any further questions? There is a motion. Somebody
I'll do this one.
make that motion.
Move that the commission accept and award the Charlotte Hall #2 well redevelopment and pump replacement to AC Schultz of Maryland Incorporated of Millersville, Maryland, for the unit prices submitted in their quote dated June 11, 2026, for the pricing, terms, and condition of the well and pump service and repair contract number 23-08-F. Further, move to authorize and direct staff to sign all documents relating to this award, including but not limited to all approved change orders.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? So carried.
Thank you, Commissioners. Next item up is Great Mills Road Sewer Cleaning and Rehabilitation Project. Staff is requesting board approval for heavy sewer line cleaning, closed circuit TV inspection, manhole rehabilitation, and installation curing of CIPT on a portion of Great Mills Gravity sewer line. This project includes cleaning and rehabilitation of the gravity sewer trunk line on Great Mills Road, which varies in diameter from 15 to 24 inches. This work would include heavy cleaning of the gravity system, relining with a third-in-place pipe system, as well as rehabilitating and restoring area manholes. So for those of you who are unfamiliar with cast-in-place pipe, basically the process is they start with a felt liner, and there are numerous thicknesses for the felt liners. They are impregnated with a variety of resins. They're actually blown through the sewer line. And in this particular case, they have a train of UV lights that are then pulled through the line, and basically you form a pipe within a pipe. This is basically a felt liner. So once all the resins and the polymers are cured in there, it basically forms a new pipe within the existing pipe. So that is my show and tell for the day. So the other benefit to doing it this way instead of open cutting is it's a lot cheaper to do it this way. There's no open cutting on Great Mills Road, so there's no traffic issues. You will certainly be blocking some of the traffic, but not as extensive as you would if we were to open cut. The other benefit is that it increases the slipness of the inside of the pipe, so it's less likely to build up debris in those lines. So it's we've been using it for a couple of years. We've been using the UV cured, we've been using the hot water cure, we've been using the steam cured. In our opinion, UV cure is probably one of the better ways to go because there's less off-gassing in the neighborhood when it does cure. Hot water cure tends to kind of stretch and push the uncured liner against the pipe, so I think it fits a little better, but there are some downsides because you have to dispose of the water and everything else. So in our opinion, the UV cure really is the way to go. So this area was prioritized based on condition of the lines, results of in-house CCTV inspections, visual flow inspections, buildup of debris, and criticality of the infrastructure, as well as the amount of inflow and infiltration that has been observed during inspections in past years. There are 24 manholes identified for rehabilitation with this project. 6,800 linear feet are to be cleaned and 4,800 linear feet are to be relined using this method. We've done something a little bit different here with the motion. So the staff is requesting board approval for Great Mills Road work based off of 2 existing contracts for a total of $1.4 million. One of the contracts we are piggybacking off of is Anne Arundel County Mini System Rehabilitation Task Order Contract 2024, which is valid through July 31st, 2030. So that contract would be awarded to or piggybacked off of, and the work would be done by Equix Integrity. The second one is from Harford County, Maryland. That is contract 26-001, and that is for the cast-in-place pipe, and that was awarded to Victory Trenchless. Both bids were competitively bid, and we are just piggybacking off of these contracts. Sanitary District 8 is a priority area of the consent decree, and completion of these rehabilitation projects are vital to our wastewater collection system. If approved, we expect work to commence beginning in the fall of 2026. This process will begin with the cleaning and CCTVing of all the lines. After cleaning inspection and relining, the manholes will be rehabilitated after that. What the manhole rehabilitations do is that what that process is we would pressure wash any debris that are in the manhole. We would knock off any corroded concrete. They would apply a cementitious liner on the inside of those manholes. In areas where we do have hydrogen sulfide issues, they would apply an epoxy liner on the inside of those manholes as a final top coat. So it's a fairly extensive project on Great Mills Road, and I think that's the project in a nutshell. So I will be willing to take any questions.
What part of Great Mills Road are we talking about? I see this picture, but I'm not sure. Is that the bottom of Great Mills Road coming up? Or I see a picture on it, but
We've done from where Sheets is up through Elizabeth Hills.
okay, yep. No, Elizabeth Hills off of Cecil Mill.
Cecil Mill, there we go. This project goes from basically where the old dash-in is, Chancellor Run Road, up through up through where Westbury comes out at. So it's about 4,800 feet.
How do they get the liner down in there?
So the way they get the liner in, they actually invert the liner and they blow it through with pressure. So it goes in as almost a balloon.
So it's flexible.
Right. So it is flexible. It comes on a roll. It comes on a big refrigerated truck. So when they blow this liner in there, it unfurls itself. So it goes right side out. So when it's delivered on site, it is actually the felt side out. And once they blow it in with pressure, then it's reversed, and that's what's cured.
And then it solidifies.
And it solidifies so hard, basically a hard pipe like that. And we've used this in a number of other areas as well.
I'm assuming this area is not high in the concern with any tree infiltration, roots, any roots infiltration.
There's not really a lot of root intrusion in Great Mills Road. It's more some of the joints are leaking. There are some cracks in those lines. They're not bad enough to warrant a point repair. A point repair is basically where we dig up a section of the line, when we replace it with a new pipe, then we can reline through it. So all this is a perfect candidate for the reline.
What's your schedule for completion on this?
Excuse me?
What is your schedule for completion on this?
We're looking at starting probably in late September. So we should be done. It's a pretty quick process once they get going. We've worked with both contractors before. Both contractors have worked together as well. So we're looking at probably no later than November.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Any further questions? There is a motion on the table.
I'll make a motion, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, sir.
I will, the Great Mills Road Sewer Cleaning Rehabilitation Project, I move that the commission accept and award the Great Mills Road Sewer Cleaning Rehabilitation Project to Victory Trenchless LLC of Calvert County, Maryland, for all pricing, terms, and conditions of the Hartford County, Maryland Construction Services Contract number 26-001, valid through June 30th, 2026, for a not-to-exceed amount of $800,000. I further move that the commission accept and award the Great Mills Road Sewer Cleaning Rehabilitation Project to Equix Integrity Incorporated of Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, for all pricing, terms, and conditions of the Anne Arundel County, Maryland contract number X7388337, valid through July 31st, 2030, for a not-to-exceed amount of $600,000. I further move to authorize and direct staff to sign all documents relating to the contract awards, including but not limited to the issuance of purchase orders and all approved change orders or amendments.
So I have a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? So carried.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Big bucks.
Last item up today, it's the sewer use regulations proposed text amendments. The intent and purpose of the sewer use regulations is to regulate the use of public and private sewers and drains and private sewer disposal, installation and connection of building sewers, the discharge of waters and wastes into the public sewer system, and to provide penalties for violations. As part of the 2026 legislative process, the Commission submitted text amendments to Chapter 113 of the Code of St. Mary's County. These text amendments proposed to first increase the minimum bond required by the corporate treasurer to reflect FDIC recommendations. Second, to replace an outdated provision to reflect current practices regarding new plans proposed outside of the identified service area of the county's local comprehensive water and sewerage plan. And finally is also to include an update in the enforcement provisions to be consistent with the Maryland Code. With support of the St. Mary's County delegation and commissioners of St. Mary's County, legislation was subsequently assigned as House Bill 0600, HB 0600. HB House Bill 600 was signed by the governor with an effective date of October 1st, 2026. The approval of the bill includes updated enforcement provisions, section 113-21 of the local code, which need to be incorporated into sections 12 and 13 of the sewer use regulations as shown in your attachment B. As a highlight, the first change is section 12.6A. That adds new language to be consistent with the St. Mary's County Code, chapter 113-21, to reflect current changes. The second one is to the sewer use regulation is in section 13-2.E, and it adds a tiered fine structure. It is also consistent with the new St. Mary's County Code, chapter 113-21. The last change to the sewer use regulation is in section 13.3D. That actually deletes language that did not properly reflect authority as granted by code. So those are the changes. The motion today is to proceed with the public notice and to come back to you once the public hearing has been held with a resolution. So with that, I'll take any questions.
Any questions, John? Seems pretty clear cut. We're just trying to keep up with the state's mandate. There is a motion. Somebody would like to make that motion?
I could go ahead and read this one. St. Mary's County Sewer Use Regulation, move that the commission authorize staff to initiate the formal public notice and public comment period required to amend the sewer use regulation, SUR, in order to incorporate the updated enforcement provisions to section 113-21 of the local code, necessitated by the governor's approval of House Bill 600. Further move to direct staff to return to the board with an adopting resolution following the formal public comment period in accordance with section 113-11 of Article 19 of the Code of public local laws of St. Mary's County.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? So carried.
Thank you very much, Commissioners.
Ed, thank you, sir. Good.
A lot of words today.
A lot of words
A
today.
lot of words, for sure.
All righty, moving on.
Oh, Chris got all that.
You still with us, Chris? You're not taking a nap, are you?
Sir, I'm taking it all down.
Thank you, sir. All right, it's that time of the year again. It's time for board elections. So I'll get the show started. I will now open the floor to nominations for the position of board vice chairperson of fiscal year 2027. Everybody's got this paper, so please read it and stick a name in there as you so choose. Can I nominate? I mean, I just wasn't sure on that. I move to nominate Commissioner Dugan for the position of board vice chairperson for fiscal year 2027.
What if we do the chairman first, sir?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just reading from the top. They both say vice chairperson.
Okay.
I'm sorry, my apologies.
I think I have page 1 of your report.
Okay.
My apologies, sir.
No, ma'am, you're just fine, thank you.
Really?
All right, let's rewind. Let's rewind.
We're now having two vice chairs. We're having that.
That's right, let's rewind.
Just because we
I
can.
wondered why I had that red one.
I
I just
gotcha.
popped in that mid-
All right, I will open the floor to nominations for the position of board chairperson for fiscal year 2027.
I move to nominate Commissioner Boyle for the position of board chairperson for fiscal year 2027.
So I have one nomination for Commissioner Gould for the position of board chairperson. Do I have any other nominations for board chairperson for 2027? Do I have any other nominations for chairperson?
Please.
One more time. Do I have any?
Hello?
Not hearing any. I do need a second to that.
I'll second that.
I have a motion and I have it second. I move to close the nominations for the position of board chairperson.
Make that motion.
Should I have voted on the first one first before we went that far? Are we okay? Okay. So we have that motion and second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, all those in favor of Commissioner Gould as board chairperson for fiscal year 2027 signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Any nays? All right, I think we're good there. Right. All right, back to opening the floor to nominations for the position of vice chairperson for fiscal year 2027. And again, I'll nominate Commissioner Dugan for the position of board chairperson, vice chairperson for fiscal year 2027. Do I have any
I'll
other?
second it.
I have a second. That was pretty quick. So I have a motion and a second. Any further discussions? I move to close the nomination for the position of board vice chairperson. Signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those in favor of Commissioner Dugan as board vice chairperson for fiscal year 2027 signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any nays? So carried.
Could have said ditto in the very beginning.
So future agenda items, the next tentative meeting is going to be July 23rd of 2026. Now we're into commissioners' members' time. Any commissioners have anything?
Thank you for graciously accepting your positions, gentlemen.
Y'all make it easy, really.
Well, we kind of voluntold you.
Not the first time I've been voluntold.
Oh, okay.
Won't be the last, I'm
By
sure.
doing such a fine job, we didn't want to upset the apple
Thank
cart.
you. Thank you, I appreciate that. I do need a motion to go into,
Before we do that,
yes,
I
ma'am.
think, Mr. Erickson would like to introduce someone new to our staff.
Why, step on up and bring her up with you, or Sean, bring her on up. I'm assuming it's her since she's sitting beside you smiling.
Hi, I'm Christy.
Just wanted to introduce our new assistant CFO, doing an outstanding job, and I'm very thankful.
Hi, guys. I'm Christy Tippett. I'm happy to be here with Metcom. Seems like a very knowledgeable and supportive team.
Excellent. Miss
Welcome,
Christie,
very good. Welcome on
welcome,
board.
thank you. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you
Welcome
as well.
aboard.
Thank you.
Our phone's always on, so if you need something you can't get from Sean or George, please feel free to call and we'll make them give it to you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Motion to go into executive session to discuss personnel matters. I need that motion. Somebody would like to make.
I'll make a motion, Mr. Chairman, go into executive session to discuss personnel matters.
Do you have a second?
I'll have a second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? So carried. We will go into executive session. Of executive session. With no further business that I see, I'll open up the floor for a motion for adjournment.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
A motion?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Favor?
I don't know.
Flavors? All those in favor?
And I'm sorry, who seconded that?
I did.
Don. All those in favor?
Aye.